Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Satanic Statement number 5. Am I right? Yes, number 5. Now, this is actually pretty self-explanatory. What does vengeance mean instead of turning the other cheek? This goes back to really what's called lex talionis, or lex talionis, some people call it. I remember it as lex talionis from criminal justice class. And that's it started with the Babylonian king Hammurabi, eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. It is a very traditional means of justice, which means if somebody wrongs somebody, they have the right and the responsibility to wrong them back. Unfortunately, in today's society, we have an unfortunate system that has made victims out of the criminals. As you can tell now with this nonsense with the pedophilia, they're trying to normalize pedophilia, which is absolutely absurd. But you have Western civilization has been turned upside down. Now, Anton LaVey would say this is due to the Christianity and all that, and secular humanism. I think it is far more due to secular humanism, as in many ways Christianity has been satanized. Catholicism has been satanized in a lot of ways, in the sense that Catholicism was turned into a religion of ferocity and power. If you look at the Crusades, it was not until relatively recently that you see the church is liberalizing, and even then it's mostly the Protestant denominations and the evangelical denominations that are really going balls to the wall with this. Like, for example, I had stated in previous videos, my grandfather was an Episcopal minister, and the Episcopal Church has gotten so out of whack with being liberal that it's really just preaching cultural Marxism at this point. The Catholic Church has recently started, but that's only with this new Pope. Now, remember, when you get vengeance instead of turning the other cheek, it is also a very good philosophical dictum, in the sense that what you are saying is, I will not be treated like a victim. And if somebody treats me like a victim, I will correct that immediately. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will immediately destroy your adversary. This is something that gets taken out of context by a great many people. And it's very easy to take out of context if you do not read the entire book in its entirety. Now, of course, there are, and I said I would get into at the end of this video series, the difference between greater and lesser magic. One of the greater magic rituals in Satanism is the destruction ritual, which is it's a way to cleanse the mind. That's the one thing, is if you read the actual part on greater magic, it is more of a catharsis, according to Satanism, than it is a means of bringing about one's will, although it does hint at that. It's very, the whole concept of greater magic in LaVeyan Satanism is, in my opinion, a very confused, and the only confused aspect of that philosophy or religion, depending on what you want to call it. I prefer to call it a philosophy, but many call it a religion. But I'll be back with more of these soon enough.